What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode, and this is Are You Overpowered or OP episode 4. And as you can see, we spent all the coins that we had left over from playing our first game and winning all the coins from that, and obviously left over from building the team, and we put them into as many silvers as we could possibly buy. The first of which is Marcano, 300 coins, gonna put him up for 1.4k. And the only search method I did for this was a silver 250, and for some of the Brasilvers that you're gonna see, I did Brazilian silver 250, and it's as simple as that. It's very easy trading, and to be honest, if you're on a low amount of coins, I think it's easily the best method to do. I got bidded up on that allowed to 2.1, overpaid a little, but we're still going to make a couple hundred coins even on a little bit of a mistake. He definitely was under the 200 mark, and we just had a bidding war, and that's the way the bidding wars go, you know. But anyway, we still won him and still make a profit on him. Perez, we put up and double our money on him for 600 coins, and some of the Brasilvers, even the ones that are not, I wouldn't say the most standout players. I mean, Akan with 69 pace. He's got good shooting, good passing, good dribbling though. 250, going to put him up for 950. So, you know, if you're doing that on every card, you're going to make decent profit eventually. It's not the best though long term, but as I said before, if you're on a low amount of coins, definitely something I would recommend. We put this Sousa we got for 250 up for around 1.1k, and there's not many of him on the market in the centre mid position, so hopefully he will sell. Julio Cesar that we put up for 1.6, Zalao sold for 2.9k, Zapata sold for 1,000 coins, a really good player to trade with, as well as Marcano, who sold for 1.3, Perez sold for 600 coins, Maicon sold for 900. Took quite a few tries for him to sell. Malikson sold for 600 coins. A random manager that I think we got in a starter pack, I'm not 100% sure, sold for 150, and the other player, Perez, I think it was, sold for 950 coins. So we're going to put up Danny. We bought him for 2.1. He was a bin, and then we're going to put him up for 6.9. And talking of bins, we binned Dede in a 352, and that's the player I really wanted to build a team around. I saw him for a good deal. I was actually going to sell him. I was looking for good formations because these players sell quick. If you look for these Dedes, David Luiz, you can pick them up, sell them in minutes because they're a very, you know, needed player. But Danny did sell there for 6.9k, and we're up to 10,000 coins. So what I thought I'd do is, instead of doing, I was going to do a Brazilian team, and I thought about it. I thought I'd kind of mix another league into it. And a league that I've heard good things about, and they're cheap as well, is the Liga Portuguesa League. We pick up a Rodrigo, we pick up a Danilo Diaz. Two players I really haven't used in Ultimate Team. We go and pick up a David Luiz on a bin for 3.7. A Nolito in a 352, because that's the formation we're going to use. Again, a very overpowered formation, and he was pretty cheap as well. We pick up a Mangala. Again, he looks a really overpowered defender. 79 pace, 77 defending for 800 coins. This Elias, or Elias, however you want to say his name, he was tough to find because he's now out of packs, but I'm going to convert him down to the CDM position and mix in the Dede and David Luiz area. Arthur as well in goal. He's supposedly a really good goalkeeper, and I've not really tried him. I'm hoping he's going to be an absolute beast in goal. He's got all the good stats, so hopefully he will be. We pick up the CM to CDM card as well for pretty cheap, and the last player, I do believe, until we go into a game, is Jackson Martinez, and this is his normal or regular card, and we pick him up for a couple hundred coins for around 350. So what we're going to do is build the second team, and my thinking at some point, I do want two teams. I know other people do that way. You play a game with your A team and the B team's fitness, you know, replenishes, and then you play a game with your B team, etc., and you just keep rotating like that. It saves on formation fitness cards, and something I think I should do long term. So definitely something I'm going to do. For now, we've only got the bronze team and we got this gold team. We put Carrillo in as well on the right wing. He's only going to have 7 chemistry, and Elias is going to have 8 chemistry, even though he's on a red. He would easily be 9 if he was in an orange formation, but that's the only one I could find under 1,000 coins, which was pretty weird. So a couple players out formation, but this is the last game we're going to play with the bronze team for now, and then we're going to go on to the gold team. So we had to go into a quick game, get some extra coins in, and wait for the last player that we needed, which was Fernando. But we get a good chance there from Nubel, I think it was, and he was a pretty average player, but this was his game plan: 3-4-3, wide, the width of the players, and just cross it into Jarvis and hope he beats my defenders in the air. That was his whole game plan. And you know what? It was stupidly tough to stop because crosses are so random. You can't really do much about them. But talking of random, what a lucky goal that was it for Gary McSheffrey. And we pull a level at 1-0. The shot that hits the crossbar back off the goalkeeper's, like back of his foot, I do believe, and then trickles in. A little bit of fortune there, but a defensive error. And I don't think he meant to really clear it out to my path. And I do the exact same thing. I basically hand it on a plate to him, and he goes and finishes nicely with Amu, and that's the only real shot he had where he didn't cross it in. Well, I mean, he crossed it in before that, but you know what I mean. Again, I didn't really mean to head it out to him. Again, when he crosses, I spam the button, hopefully to win the header, like I do here, just to get rid of things. And you're not always going to win everything in the air, but I do win this header, and that should have gone in. A good clearance off the line. Again, we shoot past the keeper, a player on the line, and things were not rolling our way in this game, but we had to do a nice little pass across to a Jolly, who's the 4-star skill at left mid, and a nice little finish from him in the 84th minute. This game didn't seem it was going to go my way. He was hitting me on counter attacks, and with those crosses, everyone was dangerous. And I was lucky to basically pull this game to extra time. Nothing happened, and we go to penalties. He scores his first one, I miss mine. He scores his second, I missed my second, and after this I was like, right, I've lost this penalty shootout. I'm so shit at penalty shootouts, I don't know why, but Gary McSheffrey pulls one back to make it 3-1, and then he scores to make it 4-1, wins the penalty shootout, and it's a disappointing way to lose, because you didn't lose by your own means, you lose randomly on a penalty shootout, which is a little bit frustrating, and it takes our total to 2 games, 1 win and 1 loss. We bought this Fernando for around 700 coins. He was really tough to find, I don't know why, but he was really tough to find. Dong Hee Kim sold for 200 coins. That means we got 1 bronze player left from our starter pack. This morale card cost us around 300 coins, and that was cheap for the time. I don't know if there was like lack of packs being bought, but they're going for like 500-600 coins. Just switching a couple of things around, putting the morale card on, and hopefully getting as much chemistry as possible. They would all have 9 chemistry if they were in the right formation and the right position in Carrillo's case, so it would be a perfect chemistry if we could afford those last little pieces, which I think I will buy at some point if I really enjoy the team, because at the moment I really wasn't enjoying that bronze team, and this is the first game of the seasons. I thought instead of going into a bronze or gold tournament, I'll go into a seasons to try that out. The first game we get is a bronze team, which is really odd. It's never really happened to me. I always are on the other end of that. I'm usually the bronze team going up against a gold, but in the second minute we get a corner from that shot, and Alikoyan Mangala with a lovely header, and it's very easy to score with headers. You just spam the buttons and hope for the best. And again, talking about spamming the buttons, over top through balls are very overpowered in this game. We give the ball to Rodrigo, who draws a penalty from his keeper, who advances and takes him out. And again, you know how bad I am from penalties. I put too much power on it and a miss in the 20th minute. And my penalties are just, I don't know why I'm so bad at penalties. You know, you've only got a couple of choices, always seem to do the wrong thing, but right there I made the right choice. The little chipped header from Elias, who's the CDM, but was acting like the striker there. And then for a second the ball goes in, the wheel goes, and you know this guy's rage quit. I don't know how, if he's like turned his console off in like a fit of rage, but 2-0 up, and definitely dominated in possession, shots and everything like that. So that is the first win for the division, and that brings us a total of 2 wins and 1 loss. Hopefully we'll keep picking this up, and hopefully we'll build some more gold teams and some other teams in the future. It'd be much appreciated if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Thanks for everyone for hitting me over 8,000 subscribers, is much appreciated. Also check out my previous video, and links in the description to my Twitch, Twitter and Facebook, and yeah, do check the description because I'm not sure the annotations are still working for me, and I will see you in the next video, which should be tomorrow. Until then, peace.